Hey guys, welcome to Brett Burns' episode, aka episode 40, because he's 40 years young.
I was going to say, he's not number 40. That
I know.
really throwing me.
He's number one in my heart. But This is Two Girls Chirping, if you didn't know. And I'm Lauren.
I'm Abby.
If you also didn't know that, welcome.
I do wonder if people can distinguish the sound of our voices. Surely.
Y'all let us know if you can tell the difference in our voice. My voice is deeper than yours.
You're more monotone. I'm more animated.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
And that's fine.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
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 I also wonder, it hit me this week because we were both DMing with the same person on Instagram around the same time. And
Was it Randy?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I wonder.
Shout out Randy.
Can people tell the difference on who is responding to their DMs or not?
Y'all let us know if you can tell who is DMing you.
Yeah.
Because we kind of have our separate people, like our regular people that we DM. Like I always chat with Emma Harris because we're always chatting about like our teams. And also shout out to Emma Harris. I'm so glad you're alive because we haven't like conversed in a while. And if we don't hear from like the couple of people that we talk to regularly, like Tom Dangs and Randy and Emma and the couple others, you know who you are. And Rachel, obviously, but we talk to Rachel all the time.
Rachel and I have each other's phone numbers. We text.
Fair.
We've elevated.
Also, I need them to get their YouTube issues figured out because I enjoy hearing their voices, but I like watching.
I love watching.
Shout out Penalty Box Confessions.
Rachel was on Name One Player. She's been on a couple episodes, but she sent it to me so I could watch it, and I texted her. I was like, your eyeshadow looks great. The pink looks phenomenal. And she was like, that's just my eyelids, but thank you so much.
Wow, what's it like to be an icon? I could literally never.
I know, I love it.
Not with my pimple patch.
I have no color in my face without makeup.
I know, I'm so pale. I'm so fair-skinned.
I just am washed.
Well, yeah, I tried to get you to help me with the flower beds because it's a blue task, and I do that blue task in this household. I do all the yard work. And I was like, hey, every once in a while I need help because school and life gets busy, and then it's like the weeds, they really know when it's off time, and when they can get an advantage on me. So I was like, hey, I need you to like help me knock out pulling weeds and like fixing these flower beds. And you would have thought I asked her to give me an organ. It was so, she was like, I'll do literally anything else other than go outside and do yard work. I don't want to.
It's so hot. It's so humid. Ew. Also, I just had, my skin doesn't like the sun. That's all. But that being said, we did come to an agreement on the indoor tasks that I have to do.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, it's like 90% humidity. It's actually insane.
It was 92 degrees at 9 a.m. this morning.
At 9 a.m. with a real feel of 101. Like, it's...
And that's not even the top point. And everyone looks at me crazy when I'm like, I can't wait to leave this state. No disrespect, but this weather is just horrible to me.
This weather is
And that's brutal. Why.
And it's...
Speaking of brutal, do we want to talk about the PWHL?
So,
we got off on a tangent. Emma, I'm so happy to hear from you.
Yeah, so glad to know that you're alive.
I do view them as our internet friends. And when I don't hear from y'all for a while or like nothing happens, I'm like,
are you okay?
Are we okay?
Like just proof of life.
Send a proof of life if you
will.
Proof of life. Send a meme, you know?
Yeah. Or like the people that comment consistently in our stuff. I'm like, but where is... It's Kara. Like,
yeah, I'm like, are you okay? And that's on being a girl and caring about not being a girl. That's on caring about other humans, you know?
Yeah, the bare minimum, if you will.
Bare minimum, empathy.
Empathy, crazy.
Common concern.
I'm way too empathetic. Empathetic? That's not a word.
Oh my God, I'm going to play y'all a voice memo later in this episode.
Oh my God. Well...
Do you want me to go ahead and play it since we're not talking about the NHL draft?
So the NHL draft happened last night when we're recording it. We're not talking about it this episode. We'll talk about it next episode. But if you watched it, Schaefer, like...
We've spoken on him a couple times.
You have my whole heart. And he's just such a little angel babe. He's just a boy. Like, he's just a little kid.
His mom died of breast cancer when he was 16, and then I'm not even sure what a billet mom is, but his billet mom also died, so he's, like, down a mother and a maternal figure, all before 18.
Yeah.
He didn't go to his high school graduation because he went to a grief counseling center.
Like, we'll talk about all of that
just angel
in
babes.
our next episode. But he was drafted first overall. This was my honest reaction in a voice memo to Lauren.
I'm at work, and then I get this.
Oh, hey, Abby. How are you doing? I'm so glad you asked. I'm freaking bawling in our living room watching the draft.
The voice quiver.
Because Matthew Schaefer just went first overall. And first of all, he's crying, or he's like trying not to cry, hugging all of his family, because he just got drafted first overall to the NHL, which is already a huge emotional thing.
It's not.
And then the freaking commentator said you can see the emotion because they miss his
Are you about to
mother.
cry right now?
She should be hugging him right now. So now I'm sobbing, and then it only got worse. Because he puts on the Islanders jersey, and they put a purple ribbon where the A normally goes, or where the C normally goes. They put the purple ribbon on, and he noticed, and he kissed it. And then he started crying, and then he went to, like, talk to the Islanders management or whatever, and they do a little short interview. And he kind of broke down talking about his mom, and I'm just sitting here crying. It's fine. I'm fine. I don't even know this kid. Jesus Christ. Anyways, the Islander management really won me over because they were like, what did they say? Matthew as a hockey player is outstanding, and as a human being is even more outstanding. We're so lucky to have him. God, we've only had one pick, and I'm already crying.
Be honest, I saw you tearing up.
I did.
That.
I did. If you're only listening and you're not watching, I had to grab a cookie that I have next to my coffee because I was like, I gotta distract myself. I'm gonna start crying again. Dude, it was beautiful.
Oh, blessed be.
And from the internet, it looks like pretty much everybody was sobbing. I composed myself, and then he did his individual interview where he said, I wish she was here.
Oh.
And I was like, I wish she was too.
I know, that kind of stuff is so hard because I love our parents so much.
Yeah.
So much. I can't imagine
Oh my
being
God.
a baby without them. I can't imagine losing them for at least another decade or two. But anyways.
I'm trying to compose myself over here again.
Take your time.
Cookie. Okay, before we get into the PWHL draft, I want to quickly talk about all the trades that have been going on in the NHL.
I want to talk about the most important one first.
Oh, okay. You go, Queen. I'm pretty sure
Trevor Zegras, Jamie Drysdale. They are reunited.
There you go.
And they get Rick Tocchet as their coach.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Dude,
a dream scenario.
All the like edits that I've seen of those
so many.
two with the Crawling Back to You song over, I'm like, oh my God.
Did you see Trevor posted a picture like literally the next day of him and Jamie, and he like had his head on his shoulder?
I love it so much. I'm very happy about that one. I've
been saying for almost a year now to get Trevor out of Anaheim, and it was just getting worse and worse. So I'm glad that we freed Trevor.
Yeah. So I'm gonna quickly hit some of these trades. If I don't talk about all of them, it's because there's been so many. There's been so much going on in the NHL. There's no way I wrote all of them down because I didn't even write that one down, which is
we're just
crazy.
gonna hit the highlights. Well, I believe. Let me paint a picture for you. I've got a massive test, right, the next day. I am on the treadmill, walking, listening to lecture, doing my notes, right? And then I see Abby running down the stairs with her hand up in the air, which is something that we've trained each other to do when we've got like our headphones in, is like raise your hand or like wave at me if you need me because I will not be able to hear you.
Yeah.
And so I take it out. She's like, okay. Who is it? Catherine Ellis?
Emily Kaplan.
Sorry. Emily Kaplan.
Catherine Ellis, also love you, Queen.
She was like, she posted that there's rumors that Trevor is going to be reunited. He's going to the Flyers, but it's not confirmed yet. And then literally a minute later, it was confirmed by the Flyers. I'm like opening Instagram to be like, is it verified?
Yeah.
And then bam, they had literally just posted it.
Yeah, I had been in a meeting when I got the notification pop up from Emily Kaplan saying rumors are Zegras is going to the Flyers. And I was like, on my meeting, freaking out quietly with my mic off.
Like a winner.
Like a winner. And so as soon as that ended, I was like, Lauren!
I am the most happy. I feel like that was redemption for what the Canucks did to me this week.
Okay, so let's hit that one first. If you listen to our last episode, we might have accidentally manifested Evander Kane is now a Vancouver Canuck. That's a hot take.
It's so unnecessary, and it doesn't help us at all. Congratulations. The only thing we did to help y'all out, let's get someone who puts up more penalty minutes than ice time. Yeah, that's really going to help. Let's make Quinn work even harder than he already has to. That's super helpful for y'all.
And
yeah,
keep in
right?
mind,
everyone's happy with that? No, get the...
We are basing this strictly off of what we saw in the playoffs, because neither one of us did really follow the Oilers during the regular season, because it's such an inconvenient time for us to watch the games. So I don't know what he's like in the regular season. I don't know if playoffs came and he was like, fuck it, we ball. But that's going to be interesting. And maybe a new team will help. I don't know.
It's the Canucks.
Yeah.
After this last season, I am just held hostage as a Canucks fan for as long as Quinn Hughes is there. And as soon as he leaves, I will be gone.
Let's get him
because
to Jersey.
they have or are in the process of trading almost every player that I love. And that's all.
Yeah. Okay. First, before we really get into the rest of the trades, we did not make a big enough deal about Jonathan Toews going to Winnipeg. I did not realize the man had retired already and is coming out of retirement to play one last season in his home team. That's my bad. Pop off, King. We love to see it. I just thought that he was like, fuck it, I got to get out of Chicago.
Which was also valid.
Would have been completely valid.
So that was a research error on our part. Sorry.
Yes. Let's hit the high notes real quick. The Avs, Jonathan Drouin is very unlikely to return next season. I think he got injured at the beginning of this following. I don't know. It's giving retirement to me. It's giving Landeskog, really.
Don't say that.
I hate that. JJ Peterka from the Buffalo Sabres has been traded to Utah in exchange for Kesselring and Doan. Jamie Benn has re-signed with the Stars for one more season.
Yeah, I did see that.
Like, good, but also 1 year.
I mean, maybe he's thinking about leaving or retiring. Probably
Maybe.
leaving.
One of them. Frederick Gaudreau for the Minnesota Wild was traded to Seattle in exchange for a 4th-round pick in this year's draft, which has already happened.
Yes.
We'll talk about it next week. The Sharks have bought out Vlasic, which means his contract's done.
Yeah.
And they didn't trade him. That's a weird situation. I don't fully understand. I assume that means, like, he's not playing. He's just
out of contract.
Congrats. Like, you just don't have a contract. You're just out of a job. But, like, he got paid the money, so
Yeah.
that's fine. Daniel Tarasov from the Blue Jackets, a goaltender, has been traded to the Panthers.
Interesting.
I don't know who the Panthers' backup goaltender is. Bob.
Do you
Bob
even need one when you have Bob in the
Rofsky.
net?
Yeah, I mean, I guess regular season they put the backup goalie in some. I've actually literally only ever seen Bob play. So I don't know. Maybe it'll be good for development. Brendan Gaish.
Why do I want to say it's Gaish?
I also want to say it's Gaish. With the Minnesota Wild has also been traded to the Blue Jackets. Those two teams have been doing a lot.
Yeah.
In exchange for Cameron Butler, who plays in the minors.
Yeah.
So it's giving that they're trying to open up some cap space, which Fleury's gone at the end of the season. So how much cap space do
Who are
they
you trying to
need?
bring in?
Yeah. Trent Frederick signed an 8-year deal with the Oilers.
Pop
Okay,
off.
pop
Get
off,
that
King.
bag.
Noah Dobson with the New York Islanders was traded to the Montreal Canadiens. That's actually who I saw do that interview that was like, and they were like, oh, you're number 8. So-and-so's already number 8. Are you going to ask for that number? And he's like, God, no. He's been in the league way longer than I have. I would never do that.
And
Like, I'll just change my number.
And it's respect.
Yes. But that was in exchange for Emil Heineman and 2 picks in this past draft, number 16 and number 17.
Yeah.
John Tavares signed a 4-year deal.
Thank God.
This is,
We need
okay.
Matthew Nice to sign a deal.
Yeah. Sam Bennett has also signed an 8-year deal. This is the trade that is kind of confusing me and a lot of other people. The Avalanche have traded Charlie Coyle and Miles Wood to the Blue Jackets in exchange for Gavin Brindley, who played a couple games but has mainly been a minor league player, and a 3rd-round pick, which is such an uneven trade. It's definitely to give the Avs more cap space, to which I'm like, who are y'all trying to sign?
Yeah.
Like, who? Lauren said, are they going to bring back Rantanen?
Because that'd be incredible.
Yeah. I doubt it. I mean,
I doubt it, too.
He's already re-signed with the Stars.
Can you imagine if he did come back and all of this was for nothing?
I can't imagine if he did come back.
It's like a toxic friendship
It's called
test.
Stockholm Syndrome.
I don't think it's Stockholm Syndrome because all of his best friends are there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and then one more note that I want to talk about before we fully dive into the PWHL, even though we've been recording 25 minutes.
well, we talked for about nonsense for like the first 10.
Yeah, that's true. The NHL and the NHL Players Association have come to some agreements on basically their relationship. The NHL is going to get rid of the player dress code for walk-ins, meaning...
Which is so sad because they rock some funk ass shit and I love to see it.
I don't think that we will see much change.
I think we will in regards, well,
I think that if anything...
the young guys are going to wear their freaking hats and like jeans and a t-shirt.
We're only going to see Quinn Hughes in that one hat that he has. The like black one with the white lettering and a circle.
Did you see the rumors that he's dating Olivia Bond again? That popped up on my feed today.
Who's that?
His ex-girlfriend.
Oh.
Not confirmed. I'm not saying anything.
I didn't even know.
It popped up on my feed against my will. I don't like to know that stuff because I just don't like to know that stuff. Talk to me when you're married because otherwise that ain't got nothing to do with me. And they annihilate
so real.
anyone in particular that the Hughes date. They just come for them so
They really do.
like aggressively. Like that is not your man. You don't know them. Chill.
That is my thing. The people that go after these girls that these hockey players are dating, you've never been like you're not. She's not taking your chance to date him because you never had a chance to date him. Like, calm down. Calm down. Let's look internally.
Like I just want to
say-
learn who's dating with the wag jackets for playoffs. That's it.
Dude, that's
That's
such
all I
a
wanna know.
fun hard launch.
It's
That's my
heartbreaking
favorite.
and fun.
But the player dress code, they were required to wear like a jacket and a button down and everything
Which I love.
for walk-ins for games. I don't see that going away for too many people. If anything, I see a couple people like Austin Matthews, the fashion guys, Austin Matthews,
William
Philip
Nylander.
Forsberg, William Nylander, like stepping up their game and branching out more. Actually,
God.
I could definitely see William Nylander walking in his Drew House sweatshirt.
Yeah, and that's fair.
There's no in between with it.
The man's an enigma. I feel.
Yeah, that's so real. But that's going away. Also, in that agreement, they agreed to a 4-year extension, including 84 game seasons starting the 2026-27 season.
We don't need more games.
It's just 2 more games per team. I also am kind of like,
Why?
2 more games?
You already have one of the longest seasons in sports.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that dramatic, but I'm just...
Yeah.
I feel the same way about F1 when they've added all these extra circuits and stuff. I'm like, come on. They need to rest.
What F1 needs to do is think, okay, if we go to the desert in the middle of the summer, these drivers are probably going to pass out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should move that to earlier on in the season when it's still cool outside.
That would be the thing to do.
But what do I know?
apparently, according to the comments from our videos about that, not much.
Okay, let's talk PWHL Draft.
Let's do it.
Can I just say
it.
And I might get flamed for this, except the people on YouTube and like Spotify, the people that listen to our podcast seem to be fine about it. It's the people on TikTok that come after me.
Well, it's like the randos,
Yeah.
It's not our like followers. It's not our people.
It's not our people. So after watching both the PWHL Draft and the NHL Draft this week, I hate the way that the NHL did it.
It's horrible.
We'll talk more about it next week, but the PWHL Draft was so elite. I felt like it flew by. I was having a great time. They were having great times. And, like, the longer the draft went on, it's not like the energy got less and less. If anything, people were still just the same amount of excited or more. Abby Newhook, we'll talk about her. Okay, the PWHL Draft. I have a PowerPoint.
It's so cute.
Thank you. It's pink, red, and white. I have some beginning notes before we actually talk about the ladies drafted. For the people listening, we are going to talk about the first 8 people drafted, because there's 8 teams, just the first round picks. And then I have a couple of other things to talk about afterwards. There were some trades that shocked the PWHL universe. First of all, Gabby Hughes performed with Jamie Fine, Jamie Fine's like a singer, like R&B kind of stuff. You remember the singer that showed up with her wife dressed up as Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber? That's Jamie Fine. Okay. I think that's her girlfriend, not her wife.
Her significant other.
She performed before the draft began, and Gabby Hughes, who plays for the Ottawa, came out and sang with her.
Is she a good singer?
And yeah, it was pretty good.
Dang.
And she put on a show. And everybody was like, what? It was crazy. She's
an artiste.
So that kicked it off really well. Also, the Hall of Fame announcements were made, the inductees for this year. And this is the first time that 3 women have been inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Let's go.
Jennifer Bottrill, Brianna Decker, and Danielle Sauvageau, who is the general manager for the Montreal Victoire. She was inducted as a builder, the first woman to ever be inducted as a builder into the Hockey Hall of Fame.
We love to see it.
Yeah, and she's a queen. She's actually such a fascinating human being. She's the one that was an investigator before.
Yeah, she has lived a life.
To sit down and have a drink with her would be a dream come true.
A little brunch chat, I would love.
Yes. This is also the first draft that they have allowed trades, whether it's people or picks, throughout the draft.
Which I love. It adds to the ante.
Yeah, write that down.
I mean,
take note of that.
Yeah.
And the biggest difference between this draft and the NHL draft, just like in how it works, if you're drafted this season in the PWHL draft, you're going to play.
Yeah.
It maybe a few people won't, but because of the expansion, all these teams are so half full. Like, you're probably going to play.
Yeah.
And also, it's such, like, an elite pool of people, regardless. Like, these girls are so talented, who wouldn't want them to play?
There's, like, 199, I believe, people who declared for this draft.
And only 48 draft picks.
Yeah.
And,
may the odds be in your favor.
Jocks and Jill. Oh, you will hear me pull stuff from Jocks and Jill's episode for pretty much every girl, because they did cover, and they were there at the draft, and as girls were being drafted, they would come and sit down and talk to them pretty immediately after,
which I love,
and just chat. And so their emotions were high. Like, it was such a great episode too. Highly recommend watching it. And then my last note is Pascal Dost, the Sirens general manager, looks like he should be Haymitch's brother. And that's all. And that's all.
That's all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah. This is just an overview. It doesn't really matter.
Are you going to film a little video for that? Because that's such a cute little PowerPoint. People need to see that.
Maybe I will.
I think so.
Okay. The first overall pick in the PWHL draft, Kristen Kaltenkova, a forward from Czech Republic.
We love.
Yes, just 23 years old. And from what I saw, she was originally predicted to be 3rd overall and just bumped up. She is a freaking unit. I posted something on our story either yesterday or today, actually, of Nico Heischer sending her like a congrats video.
That is my captain right there.
Yes.
Go Devils.
I have a picture. And she was drafted to the New York Sirens, which they
need all the help they can get.
They need all the help they can get. And they were making money moves in this draft, too.
They needed to.
She played 5 seasons at Colgate College in New York, so she knows the area. And she was captain. Oh. At least this past season, she was captain.
Period.
So Greg Fargo is the new head coach for the New York Sirens. And this is why I think she jumped up in the draft picks. He coached her at Colgate in 2024. Or he left in 2024, but he coached her at Colgate. So they have a good relationship. And she even was like, he's a big reason I went to Colgate to play under him.
Wow.
Yeah. So that'll be really good. Speaking of her time there, she set scoring records in most goals, game-winning goals, and power play goals. And she's 2nd in career points with 233 points in 171 games.
That's not bad at all.
That's not bad at all.
Those are not rookie numbers.
Yes, she's also the first Czech Patty Kazmaier finalist, which is like I think the best female hockey player in college. But she's the first Czech, and she's often compared to Alex Carpenter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good for her.
This past season, she had 48 points in 37 games. She's elite. She made her women's world debut in 2025 for the Czech Republic and was named Tournament All-Star and led the team in scoring.
So she's good.
You'll sense a theme. Keep in mind, all of these girls are
so
elite.
competitive.
Like, all of them were captain. All of them have set scoring records. They're all elite players. From what I've heard, she's kind of a Kachuk Marchand type.
Okay. So an instigator.
Yes, she's known to fight.
Period.
And she's known to chirp, and she's known to get in your face. But, like, she's also so even-tempered off the ice and so approachable and just chill and just a good time gal.
We love.
Multiple people said multiple times, people are going to hate playing against her, but her teammates are going to love having her on her team.
Yeah. So she's a Panthers player.
Yeah, she's a Panther. In like a debrief prior to the draft, the PWHL went in and talked about every single girl that was eligible.
Dang.
And they said Coach Stefan DeCoste, which was her coach at Colgate at the time, says she does whatever it takes to win and is at her best when the stakes are highest. The stakes are pretty high in New York.
I was about to say.
Because they're not doing good. And then in her interview with Jocks and Jills afterwards, she said, I hope that those little girls that were watching on the TV or see it on social media see that it's not just Americans and Canadians that can get drafted high or at number 1, and it's hopefully going to be motivation to all of them to show that it's possible.
That is such a queen statement to make. Also,
drop the link for your blazer, please. If there's one thing about me, I love a blazer.
We do.
It was like a blue, like a dusty blue blazer. Dang. I have one similar, but hers was like madder. It was cute. And she carries herself so well.
We were watching Dallas Cowgirl Cheerleader season 2.
Yes.
And Abby was like, dang, I need to know where Judy gets her blazers because I love a blazer and all of hers are so fantastic.
I actually said if I ever get like a Make-A-Wish, it would be to have full access to her closet.
And that's fair.
Yeah. One of my favorite things that Jocks and Jills did was they said like, interviews with the teams pre-draft, they can ask some crazy questions. They almost always ask like a crazy question just to throw you off and see how you respond.
I love that.
She said that Montreal asked her when the last time she picked up a book was, and she said that's the hardest question she received in any interview, and it was probably an academic book from when she was in college. 2nd overall.
What's the last book you picked up?
I suddenly have never read a book before in my life.
I picked up The Wedding People yesterday.
The Wedding People?
Probably The Happy Place.
The Happy Place, yeah.
That was our book club of the month book.
Yeah. I picked it up, but I didn't start it.
You started it. You just didn't finish it.
No, girl, I didn't even crack that spine.
We just owned it.
Yeah. I think it was All the Colors of the Dark.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Dude, that was a good one.
I read that in one sitting.
Yeah. Second overall pick was for the Boston Fleet, and they chose Haley Wynn, a defender.
They needed it. I love her.
Yes.
She looks like
Who does she look like? Cause
she looks like Kylie Kelsey.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said that, because I was like, she looks so familiar and I don't know where from.
And that's like some of the highest praise I can give. I
Yeah.
love Kylie Kelsey.
I do too. She was ECAC Player of the Year last year, as well as Defender of the Year last year.
Period.
And a Patty Kazmaier finalist. She won gold at the Women's World Championship with Team USA.
Love.
She is the second highest scoring defender in the nation.
You go, Haley Wynn.
Yeah.
That's why you've got that last name.
Haley Wynn. She led her team in points, and at the college level, that's not really a thing for the female defenders to lead the team in points. So, pop.
We've got a little Lane Hudson.
A little
Quinn
Lane
Hughes.
Hudson.
A
She
little
had-
Kel McCarr.
She had 46 points in 38 games. 32 of those were assists. So she's big in assisting.
She's big on helping others.
She was also co-captain.
Love.
We'll talk about the other co-captain here in a couple picks.
Wow.
Because I am obsessed with their friendship, actually. I love them so much.
Did they go to the same team?
Mm-mm.
Dang it.
Then one of the other commentators pops in after she's drafted, and they're talking about how many goals she scores. She's like a big points person. And he pops up with, yeah, there's this machine that measures. In her freshman year of college, she took over 35,000 shots. And
35,000
Yes.
plus?
Yes. I had to double check that I heard that right, because I was like, 3,500 would still be crazy. 35,000 shots.
So she's someone that you don't have to say shoot the puck to.
No.
Can she teach the Hughes summer camp?
What you doing this summer? Can we get you on a plane to Michigan? Yeah, she played 3 tournaments with Team USA at Women's Worlds, 2 of which she won gold, 1 she won silver, and then she won 1 of each in juniors as well. So she's got her medals.
She's so good.
Yes.
We love a mixed medal queen.
Mm-hmm. A quote that she told the Hockey News ahead of the draft. I think it's super exciting. When I came into college, even 4 years ago, you didn't have the opportunity to play professionally after college, and now she gets to do it, which is such a good point. Like, they went and they would play in college in hopes of making their national teams.
Yeah.
And then
then that's it.
That's it. So I love it.
We love to see women's sports get expanded
I
and get the
do.
attention and money and
That they
respect
deserve.
that they deserve.
Shout out Sovenju. When the PWHL was being founded, actually, she had some investors come to her and they were like, well, if you reach these levels, we will give you this much money. And she's like, no, we need your money now so that we can do that.
Exactly.
Not when we get there.
You're investing, not profiting.
Period. And that's our queen right there. I was also watching a commercial that she did, because, of course, I stalked these girls' social medias to find out.
It's called research, babes.
I did my research. And I don't even know what the brand was for, but she said, what makes a good season? I couldn't tell you. I'm not interested in being good. I'm here to be the best. And it was
Period.
It was delivered with so much
Aura.
I said probably scripted, but still iconic.
It doesn't matter if it was scripted. The delivery is what
The
sealed it.
delivery was iconic. She also told Jocks and Jills that her outfit, 'cause she had a custom pantsuit that was the perfect color for Boston green,
Oh,
which
love.
is crazy. And on the inside, it had pictures of all of her.
Oh, I saw
her
pictures
career.
of that, yeah.
Yeah, she had that shipped straight to Ottawa, because the draft took place in Ottawa. But she had it shipped straight to Ottawa because it wasn't going to be ready in time. And she was just like, I hope that it's there when I get there. I hope
Facts.
it's there in time. And it was. And it was iconic.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. Third overall, I'm obsessed with this girl. I want to be her friend. Casey O'Brien. So this is where the draft started to get a little spicy. The pick was originally supposed to be the Toronto Scepters. The girl comes out and she announces, "We have a trade." The crowd goes, "Oh my God, this is crazy." The crowd literally sounded like Wii Bowling when you roll the ball backwards and they go, "Oh," like it was crazy. The Scepters traded their first pick, 3rd overall, and 4th round pick to the New York Sirens for Ella Shelton, who they had protected during the expansion.
It didn't make a lot of sense.
And then decided to give it up anyways, but that's fine.
I do love a little bit of chaos.
Yeah. That meant that the Sirens would get the 1st and 3rd overall picks, and the Scepters got Ella Shelton, which should be good. They need more D people, and she should be good there, but that's fine. I didn't understand, like, the significance of that trade until I was doing a little bit more research. That's like if the Hurricanes traded Brett Burns for Brock Faber.
Oh, that would hurt so bad, but I couldn't even be mad because I'm getting another little angel.
Yeah, exactly. Shocking, but not necessarily an uneven trade because Casey O'Brien is young. She'll be there for a lot longer. She might take a bit more to get up to Ella Shelton's level, but still. Like, it's still...
I understand.
It's a painful trade, but it's
a hurtful but equal trade.
Yes. Stu, your reaction was actually exactly the reaction I was trying to evoke.
I don't know how I reacted to that.
Here is Casey O'Brien.
Oh, she's so cute.
Yes.
Finally, they do right by her.
Yeah.
We'd love to see a good candid shot.
Yes. Well, that is not candid.
Not candid.
That is in a studio. She's only 5'4".
Oh, a petite queen.
She's on the shorter side. And she's from New York. Okay. And it was really cute. In an interview, she was like, "New York is the rink that built me." And now she's getting to return to it.
That's really sweet.
Super cute. She played for University of Wisconsin, where she was co-captain. Not the co-captain yet, but she had 3 national championships that she won there. First of all, there's this picture of her at graduation when I was doing my research.
She's the one that brought all of her trophies?
Had all her trophies up there and all of her championship rings.
It was so elite.
Iconic. Actually,
she ate full course meal, 8 down, if you will. Still don't know the context of that. No crumbs left on the table.
Yeah, because
everyone's satisfied.
She took leftovers home.
Exactly.
And she got the recipe from the chef.
She was the recipe.
She has 3 national championships, led the NCAA in scoring last season with 88 points in 41 games, which is more than 2 points a game.
Yeah.
16 points ahead of the second place scorer.
Wasn't even close.
And she broke Hillary Knight's record at Wisconsin for all-time leading with 274 points in 182 games, winning the Patty Kazmaier.
And that's facts.
And that's on period.
And that is called, I'm standing on business.
It's not clocking to you. The PWHL said she's like an avid reader, which is so funny.
I love.
Yes. And I have a quote. Once she tried to convince her whole team at Wisconsin to read Fourth Wing, a popular fantasy book, and while she was waiting for the release of its sequel, Onyx Storm, she noted that she managed to all the people that she managed to convert enjoyed the experience, and that made me think of you.
Yeah, I mean, Fourth Wing is just like, I don't need to speak on it.
I've never read it.
It's interesting.
Drop the skincare routine, please. Her skin was so beautiful.
Please help a sister out.
Her skin was perfect. Also, her dress was so cute. It was like a blazer dress with like a belt. Her dad actually picked it out for her.
You get it, girl dad.
She said her dad and her cousin both sent her for the link for this dress, and so she was like,
meant to be.
All right, I'll buy it. During her Jacksonville interview, her best friend was drafted,
Who's her best
also
friend?
to New York.
Welcome to New York.
Yes, and both of their brothers actually live in New York too.
So they really are like founded in New York.
Yes, it was such a cute moment because they were asking her, and she was trying to answer the question, but you could see she heard, and she was
She's
like,
like, where is my girl going?
yes, and she was so Gen Z because she was like, I don't remember. I think Tessa was like, wow, what a day for you, and she goes, dude. Yeah,
I love her.
I do too. Okay, 4th overall, the Montreal Victoires
My legends.
drafted Nicole Gosling, a defender. She's so cute, Lauren.
Oh, she is so cute. She's got a gorgeous smile.
Yeah, a defender from Clarkson University.
Okay.
She and Haley Wynn were co-captains
Oh, okay.
and best friends and roommates and D partners at Clarkson.
So they are codependent.
Yes, and I love it, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
We love forced proximity turns into best friend.
Yeah. And she's from London, Ontario.
Gorgeous.
Same place as Nick Suzuki because
They turn out some good ones.
contrary to what I said in our Canadians episode, he's not from London, England.
You have clarified that twice.
I think about that so frequently, Lauren, and every single time I'm like, ugh.
I absolve you of that. I think we've all moved past it.
I have yet to. She is the all-time leading scorer among defenders at Clarkson University and won back-to-back all NCAA All-American, which is so funny because she's Canadian.
We love to see it.
Canada. She won.
So cringe.
Yeah. She won gold at the 2024 Women's World with Team Canada, and her cousin, Julia Gosling, just finished her rookie season with the Toronto Scepters.
Oh, we love. It's a business. It's a family business.
Julia Gosling was claimed by Seattle, so she will be moving, but she at least has a person that she can be like, hey, what do I need to expect with my rookie season?
Yeah.
And she plays both sides of the D.
We love.
I hated
Bilateral D.
I didn't like
Bilateral
the way that was
defenseman.
phrased, but she can play both sides.
Bilateral defense woman.
People originally thought that Toronto would draft her, and then the Shelton trade happened, and Toronto didn't have a pick. So
we are shit out of luck.
I have this. It's not from a reliable source, but I'm gonna share it anyways because
allegedly.
Tell me how I stumbled across an article that's about her, and her environmental work that she did all throughout college.
I'm obsessed.
And it said Nicole is working on a digital platform aimed at educating youth about environmental stability or sustainability by leveraging social media and interactive technology. She hopes to spark a movement among the younger generations to prioritize environmental issues. If what I read through sounded so freaking impressive, though.
I hope that is true.
So I hope it is true. Don't hold it against me if it's not. During her Jackson Jill interview, though, this did happen. I can confirm that this happened.
Fact.
Aaron Ambrose, interrupted her and was so excited and came up and, hugged her and interrupted the interview. And they were like, Aaron, how are you feeling about this? And she was like, it depends. How is she feeling about this? So that was super cute. And one of the weird questions that she got asked in interviews was, had she ever been called to the principal's office? And she was like,
no.
I don't know. Do I give off that energy that I've been called to the principal's office? Okay.
I love the random questions.
I do too.
I would love to do a rapid fire question interview.
Oh my gosh, me too.
Because I'm not fazed by anything. That is actually fairly true.
Yeah, you'd be good at it.
I love that kind of stuff.
Should we interview each other one day?
Let us know. Should we interview each other one day?
Actually, I feel like we know pretty much everything about each other.
But it would be wild. It would be just random stuff.
Should we do a Q&A?
Oh my god,
I don't think people would really care enough to ask
We could do
us questions.
a video though. Like a TikTok or something.
Like a small one.
Send us, if you have questions about us, comment.
Because we're pretty open books.
Avid readers.
Okay, 5th overall pick was Ottawa's, which this took place in Ottawa. So it was actually beautiful when they announced their pick. It was Rory Gilday, a defender. Her name was called. Everybody started chanting Rory. welcome home signs went up of like all the fans spelling it out for her.
Hometown hero.
It was like
I have
so
chills.
cute. It was so cute, Lauren. She's 22 years old from Cornell. I don't know if you remember, I'm watching the draft, you're doing schoolwork, and I was like, is Cornell Ivy League? Yes, it is. I did confirm. She was captain for 2 years and helped lead the team to their first ECAC title in 11 years.
So she built that team.
She's not a big points producer, but she's a good playmaker.
Okay.
So there's not going to be too like she had 52 points in 106 games. She's really good at making plays happen. She did win gold with Team USA, the story of a lot of these people's lives, and she's won 2 silver. At Cornell, she studied agriculture and life science.
Oh,
I love finding out what people in sports studied in college.
I love when it's actually something applicable.
Yeah. And not like sports medicine. Like
Sports medicine is hella applicable. You mean like
true.
business or sports management?
I don't know. I guess it's all kind of applicable, but I love when it's something
Just like off the wall.
Yeah. And from now on, I need every interview to ask what they majored in school and if they finished that degree or not. And here's the thing about Rory.
Tell me about her.
She's so cool. In 8th grade, so in 2016, she found out that she had a tumor on her optic nerve in her... Is there only one optic nerve? There's one in each eye.
Yeah. Sure.
In her right eye. It was affecting her vision in her right eye. It was not cancerous, but she did have to take a year off from hockey and soccer to do 9 months of chemotherapy. She is pretty much legally blind in her right eye, which reminds me a lot of Willie O'Ree, except she didn't have to hide it to get into the
Oh my God, Willie. Oh, my sweet angel.
He is. She said it doesn't affect her play at all. Her left eye just takes over. Like, she's just gotten used to it at this point. She can't really see. But she talks about, like, throughout her chemotherapy when her vision would go out and come back in and go out. It's, like, crazy to me. It's funny, too. She came back.
Those tumors are so rare.
Yeah.
We know because our mom has one.
Maybe.
No, it's definitely there.
Depends which doctor you ask.
No, it doesn't depend which doctor you ask. The treatment plan is what depends.
Yeah.
She's there. She's measured.
So she was playing soccer.
Lord drop. Sorry.
Lord drop. She was playing soccer, and when she came back and could do sports and stuff again, in soccer she had to wear these protective goggles, and she says that she just quit because she didn't like the way they looked.
And that's fair. I would do the same.
She's like, and I asked my mom for pictures of that period of time, and she's like, no, you wouldn't let me take any pictures of you.
And that is also fair.
Yeah. Also, it was so funny. Ottawa, the team kind of has like a thing with accents. They just like burst into random accents.
Relatable.
And she's gonna fit in great there because she just burst into a country accent in the middle of her interview with Jocks and Chills, and they all did. I was like, I love girls.
Sometimes I just love being a girl. It's just so nice.
Yes. Okay. 6th overall, the pick was for the Minnesota Frost, and they drafted another defender, Kendall Cooper. Do you ever look at like the 2 Girls Chirping TikTok page, like the For You section?
No. Unless it's by accident.
I mean, felt. There's this girl named Delaney who started the Sports Girls Club.
Okay.
They look so similar. I can't unsee it. And every time I look at her, I'm like, it's Delaney.
Delaney?
I'll show you a picture later.
Alter ego? Is it a Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana situation, maybe?
All I'm saying is I've never seen them in the same room.
Sources cannot confirm at this time.
Delaney, girl.
We're going to keep your secret.
Between us girls.
Just between us girls.
Yes. She's 23 years old. She was captain at Quinnipiac University. Last season, she finished 3rd on the team in points, won the Wayne Dean Sportsmanship Award. She's also one of those players that's not really... What?
I said I love.
Yeah. She's also one of those players that's not like a huge scorer, but is a really good playmaker and is just a good leader.
Well, you got to have a good balance.
Yes. She was named captain of the women's under-18 team and was in the top 3 Canadian players twice.
Of course.
Period. She seems so demure and so mindful and carries herself so gracefully And, like, in her interview, she seemed just, like, so calm, cool, and collected, which is crazy because on the ice, she is in your face and gritty. And even all the interviewers were like, this is crazy.
Well, I mean, sometimes you just gotta have a different personality at your job.
Yeah.
Versus
I mean,
you when you're in a relaxed environment.
I have a different personality at my job.
Oh my God. I am completely different at work.
Yeah.
I am not completely different, but I am more enhanced. More feral, if you will.
She was really shocked to be drafted by the Frost because she said they didn't talk to her at all in pre-draft interviews. So she hadn't even met anybody from the team.
I don't love that.
I think I
feel that kind of puts her at a disadvantage.
I mean, I don't know.
Because she doesn't know anyone. She hasn't talked to anyone.
It is a bit strange to me. But I don't know that she's going to a two-time Walter Cup championship team. And they've got some people that, me not knowing them at all, they've got some people that just, like, welcome everybody. So
yeah, I mean, they seem to be, aside from she who will not be named,
yeah, they
seem pretty good.
Yeah. And then the only comment I have from her Jackson Jill interview, when I was a little kid, I, like, did not speak to anybody.
You.
Yeah. Actually me. So 7th overall, I have a lot to say about this woman, and I am going to try to limit it. But it was PWHL Vancouver's draft pick, and they drafted Michelle Karvinen. She got up there and she hugged people, and my first note on her, she looks like she gives great hugs.
Oh, that's an elite combo right there.
Now here's the thing about Karvinen. This ain't her first go around.
She looks more mature.
Yes, most of these girls are like 23, 22, around that age. She is 35.
Oh.
Yes. So
my gosh.
She's seasoned in the best way possible.
She's marinated.
It's funny. She was announced and the panel was talking again. Jill was up there, and I cannot remember this girl's name, but they were like, it's time to declare, Jill. She's 35. You can do this still.
You got this, girl.
And in her post-draft interview, like immediately after she got drafted, she talks about when she decided to declare, she had a lot of people asking, is this a retirement tour, essentially?
Yeah.
And she's like, no, this is the best of the best. Like,
I'm 35 and thriving.
And she is. And she's got so much going on outside of hockey. Like, she does her own, she's just, okay, let me just talk about her. She's Finnish and Danish.
This is a love letter to her.
Michelle Karvinen, if you're listening. She's Finnish and Danish.
We love.
One parent of each, but she plays for Team Finland.
And we love a Finnish queen.
Yes. More Finns, more wins.
Period.
Yes. She's a 4-time Olympian, 3-time medalist, and an 8-time world champion medalist.
Okay.
So Finland doesn't have a great national team.
No.
But so she's got 3 bronze from the Olympics.
And that's still so impressive.
Which is still, like, they still medaled. Absolutely. And in world championships, she's got 1 silver and 7 bronze. So
we're still a mixed medal queen.
Mixed medals. Love.
And you're only as good as your team is. Because it's
Truly. And she is, I think, somebody that's going to be able to, this is a new team. Mm-hmm. They're figuring it out themselves. I think she is going to be a great asset for building this team.
Her and Sarah Nurse, let's fucking
Absolutely. Are you kidding me?
Let's go, girls.
Sarah Nurse responded to my comment on her post on Instagram the other day.
She liked it and responded. And that will be on my tombstone.
Yes, please. And thank you.
I've never felt so not validated. I have never felt so flattered in my entire life.
Yeah. Like, so what if she responds to everyone who comments?
I don't care. She responded to us.
She responded to 2 girls
We were worthy to get a response from Sarah Nurse.
And I want you to know, I saw that. And Shannon, if you're listening, I thought of you. Because I literally said, oh my God,
you
Sarah.
did. You said Shannon's going to freak out.
Shannon's going to freak out. So Karvinen went to an American college.
What the fuck is that? What are they doing with not a forklift, but I don't know.
It's-
I don't work in construction. I don't know the name. How did they even get that? Is that even legal? Ain't got nothing to do with me. Not
Why
my monkey,
are they just
not my
going
circus.
back and forth? We're trying to record a podcast
They're
here.
probably trying to figure out what they're doing.
Okay, well, we're going to hope that doesn't pop up on here. I don't think it will.
If you hear that, no, you didn't.
No, you don't. She went to an American college, so she went to University of North Dakota.
Shout out North Dakota. Dakota?
She had 131 points in 87 games. She also had 113 penalty minutes.
Okay. And that is so Finnish of her.
She's a forward, FYI. I don't know if I said that.
A Finnish forward.
Finnish forward.
And Danish, sorry.
In Danish, but Finnish forward. And she got her degree in graphic design and technology.
Ooh.
Note that
So
for
she's
later.
artsy.
So Vancouver has gotten Moshmeyer to be their goaltender, which already should... That's a good pick.
Yeah.
Karvinen and Moshmeyer have a bit of a history.
Great.
I'm sure they'll be fine. This was 2017. Karvinen scored the gold medal goal against her in the National Cup. So
That's fine. As long as it's not a French Civil War situation like it was in Formula One.
oh my God, that was the dumbest thing that they could have possibly done.
We don't have time to get into it.
It barely lasted one season.
Yeah.
So the graphic design thing, she went back to Finland after college, and the IIHF Women's Worlds Championship in 2019, she designed the logo. It was hosted. It was hosted by Finland. She also played in that tournament and was an assistant captain for Team Finland, having 7 points in 7 games, and they won silver for the first time in Finland's history.
It's a big year for them.
Yeah, big year. She's a designer for Nenvi Studio, which is a graphic design and software development company. So she's got her own career on top of that.
Period.
Outside of college, she has only really played in European leagues, but decided to join the PWHL. Now, you might be thinking, where has she been? Why hasn't she been joining the PWHL when it was founded?
Where the hell have you been, Loca?
Where the hell have you been, Loca? She's been helping build out the SDHL, a new women's hockey league in Europe. And she didn't want to leave while they were developing and while they were really finding their place and establishing. Now they're pretty established, and she felt like it was a good time.
She wanted to finish what she started.
Which is why I'm like, she will be good to help build Vancouver.
Yeah.
Also the SDHL is going to be streaming on YouTube all their games next season. Took a note out of the PWHL book. It worked really well for the PWHL.
It's so nice.
But she is stoked to be in Vancouver. So many times she was like, I'm just so excited to be back in Vancouver. That's where she played her first Olympics, was Vancouver Olympics. And she says that's where my dreams began.
Stop.
So she's really excited to be
again.
literally. So she's really excited to be there. She had on this brimmed hat. Iconic. Her outfit.
You do love a brimmed hat.
Her outfit was so good. But that specific brimmed hat is like her thing. She wore it at her wedding. Yeah, that's all. But no, I think she's going to be a big asset for Vancouver, not just as a player, but as a builder, if you will.
As a leader.
I think she'll be great.
Yeah. Good luck.
Good luck.
I have full faith in them, actually.
Yes. And then the last first round pick for Seattle. They drafted Jenna Buglioni. She's very petite.
How small?
She's 5'3".
I feel seen.
Yes. She's 23 years old, from Ohio State. She was eligible for the draft last season, but she decided to go back and finish her master's.
That is just pissing me off so much. I'm trying so hard to focus up.
The way that I've already tuned it out, and that's just the difference between the two of us.
Yeah, sorry.
She finished her master's. She also said she wanted to go back because she wanted to win another championship with Ohio State. I can see you about to crack. She wanted to win another championship. They did not ultimately win that championship.
Dang.
But she was captain. Her 5th season, she had 20 goals, 7 of which were game winners, and had a total of 51 points in 44 games. So she's a good producer.
Yes.
She also holds the program record for both career and single season game-winning goals. So she'll be clutch in those overtimes that we see quite frequently.
All the time.
All the time. And she got her master's in sports industry.
There it is.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier.
And that's perfectly fine. Get a degree in an applicable field for your career.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I just like to hear the random ones.
Yes. So Seattle has Hannah Bilka, a forward. They actually played together at Ohio State the 2023-24 season. So she at least knows somebody on that team.
Good.
That'll be a good connection for her.
Hopefully.
It was funny in her Jocks and Jill interview, she talked about her height, and she's like, I'm listed at 5'3", but I'd love to list myself a lot taller because I don't feel like I play small.
Period.
I literally
And
said,
that's
okay,
big personality.
Yup. And she's...
First of all, I'm 5'10". That's not that small.
You are not 5'10".
No.
Oh, that was Jack Hughes. Well, first of all, I'm 5'11".
Yeah, I was about to say, he's 5'11".
With skates or without them.
We're gonna have to get into that.
She's so funny.
Oh, yes.
Like, just her, like, she has such a dry sense of humor.
Elite. I
love it. At one point, she was talking about Hillary Knight texted her, congratulating her on being drafted and going to Seattle and stuff. And she was like, I don't know what to say back. Like, that's Hillary Knight. I guess I'll have to go to ChatGPT and, like,
I'm like,
ask
what do you
them what
say?
to say.
What do you say to a giant in my field?
What do you say to Hillary Knight?
Thank you so much.
I'm actually not
Love
worthy.
you. Thank you for knowing I exist. I don't know.
Put this on my gravestone. Send.
I am simply honored.
I wrote down who Toronto picked first because they didn't have a first round pick.
Yeah.
They had 11th overall was their first pick. Emma Gentry, a forward.
She looks tall.
Yes, she's 5'11".
Facts.
First of all, I'm 5'11". She played at St. Cloud University where she had 59 career goals, 14 of which were game winners. So again, another clutch player.
Closer.
She is a unit.
She looks really good in that uniform.
She does look
like
good
those
in that
are her
uniform.
colors.
Yes. Fun fact about her, I don't have much, so this is the only other thing I have about her.
Singular. One fun fact.
One fun fact about her, USA Rugby tried to recruit her.
Oh.
She's never played rugby.
So she is an absolute unit.
They tried to recruit her, and she told her hockey coach about it, and he was like, well, you should go to their training camp and see, like, what skills you can pick up from it.
Yeah, for real.
And so she did.
It's a good opportunity.
Yeah, she decided not to join, but, like, I
what
don't know.
A fun
that was such
experience.
that was such, like, I also thought of Alona Meyer.
Yeah.
Meyer. You know who I'm talking about.
You know who you are.
And a queen. Okay.
Tell me why I also thought of Ellen Hughes, even though it's lacrosse, which is not even close to the same thing.
That's funny. Okay, some just like outside notes.
Some highlights.
Because it's just the first round picks plus Emma Gentry. Number one, what the fuck was that kazoo commercial break? Have you...
I have not, thankfully.
It threw me for such a loop. If you watch PWHL games, you know the ad break music and the thing that pops up. It was just that, but a kazoo version. It threw me such... Like, my brain literally short-circuited.
It's like that Anaheim Ducks game with
The
the
bongos.
dude with the bongos.
Yes.
Like,
That was crazy, actually.
consider me off balance.
Yeah, it was... That's the equivalent for sure.
Not the kazoo.
We have a couple of, like, NHL, PWHL crossover things.
Well, are you going to talk about the trade that everyone was like...
I am,
Okay,
but I'm
good.
edging people.
Okay.
First of all, Abby Newhook, Alex Newhook's younger sister, was drafted to the Boston Fleet in the 5th round, second pick, 34th overall.
It's a business.
When it was announced, the crowd erupted. Like, there was
They were so freaking hyped.
Dude, the reason the crowd erupted, she had a group of teammates fly. They woke up at 3 a.m., took 2 different flights to be there with custom shirts that had, like, Abby's been drafted too with a blank, and then they all wrote in Boston, and it's got like a picture of her as in her uniform, like as a kid.
Stop.
It was so cute. She was playing at Boston College already, and so she doesn't have to move to a new city. She's still got all of her friends there.
That is so cute. That's the same energy as Seth Jarvis's childhood friends.
Yes.
Who like drive the van all the way down for the playoff games and all that. Like, I
Yes.
love it.
They made such like a
Oh, I just love
loud.
friendships.
They cheered so loud that Rod Pezzo, who's like the on ice essentially commentator, went up to them and interviewed one of them.
He was like, I gotta get in on this.
And they were like, how are you here? And he goes, tell me something we don't know about her. And if it's embarrassing, it's even better.
I like their vibes are just so elite.
Yes. And the girl that he interviewed was one of her roommates. And she was like, look, we're roommates. So like we
I've got
know
all
all
the
this
tea.
stuff. But and they didn't out anything embarrassing, which real friends.
True girl.
Real friends right there. It was so cute. That's Alex Newhook's younger sister. Duh. That's all on her.
You go, Abby.
Yes. Another person that was drafted, Madison Samoskevich. Does that name sound familiar?
Nope.
It should. Her twin brother, Mackie Samoskevich, just won a Stanley Cup with the Florida Panthers.
This is my first time hearing about you. I'm so sorry.
Yes, her sister, their older sister, Melissa, is an assistant coach for the University of Delaware's hockey team.
Shout out Delaware. No one
Yes.
ever talks about Delaware.
No one does talk about Delaware. She plays both defense and forward. So she's always been a forward, but her team this past season transitioned her to defense because they needed someone back there. And so she could do both. Which is honestly such a slay.
That's such an asset.
Yes. I didn't write down where she was drafted to. Here it is. She was drafted to Vancouver.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
We love.
The reason I didn't even... It threw me for a loop, first of all, because it said where she was from. I didn't even realize that she was Mackie Samoskovich's twin sister. Because it popped up, she's from Sandy Hook, Connecticut. And I was like...
Shout out Connecticut.
That's... I only know one Sandy Hook.
Yeah, I hate that town is just haunted by...
Well, then she's about that age.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like... I'm a look. And I did see an article. They weren't at Sandy Hook at the time.
Thank God.
They had that year moved up to the intermediate school.
Oh, bless.
But I did read an article about her parents. Throughout all of that, they were at like a diner when they saw the cop cars go by. So they just on their way to work were like, I'm just going to go check. The mom went to the school that they were at. The dad took a back road that ran past Sandy Hook, saw the fire trucks, thought it was a fire. And so he got out and like started directing traffic essentially and like helping first responders get in there and everything. And Madison talked about like her school went on lockdown and she remembers everything vividly, even though they had no idea what was going on because that wasn't like a thing. Anyways.
Yeah, I remember when we first started to have school shooter drills. Love to live in this country.
Dude, I remember after the Black Friday shooting and we went back to school. For reference, we were there. It's fine.
It's just a local event.
It's fine.
We saw someone get murdered.
It's fine.
When we were just Black Friday shopping and no one knew what was going on. We didn't know if it was a shooter. It's okay.
It's a whole thing.
Lord drop.
Lord drop. Anyways, the like second or third day back at school after that, because I was a senior, we had a shooting drill.
Yeah.
And I like had a full-on panic attack, and another girl also had a full-on panic attack. And I was in Coach Abney's class, and he was like, they're really so insensitive for doing this after that because there's people here that were affected by that. And he actually, shout out Coach Abney.
But you know what you learned in that is that I will save your life.
Yeah. And
I am great in a crisis.
I also learned my fight or flight is freeze.
But that's okay because I got you.
Yeah, and we're together all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of fight or flight.
It's not funny, is it?
Lord drop.
Lord drop.
Lord drop. I think it was Rachel texted me and was like, I just know y'all have crazy lore.
Oh my God. Don't we ever.
Have
Have you ever seen someone get murdered? Wouldn't recommend.
You don't know public murder like I know public murder.
You're just trying to go Black Friday shopping. You're just trying to get some deals.
Okay.
And then the deal is you get to leave with your life. Heyo.
Let's talk other deals. Let's pivot away from a shooting.
From a traumatic experience.
Yes.
Let's talk trades.
Let's talk the trade of this draft.
The trade heard round the world.
Yes.
Or at least the country.
Literally. This trade... I actually
It shocked me to my core.
I will insert the clip. This is going to get copyrighted, but we don't make money off of this anyway, so
No.
who really cares?
This is for
fun. I
fun.
will insert the clip of the crowd. But Abby Rock was traded to Montreal in return for Kristen O'Neill and a 4th round pick. That was like the most shocking trade for the PWHL thus far. From what I've seen.
It was a shock heard around the world.
The lady comes out. She literally goes, "It's the lady with the purple jacket. There's been a trade, and it's a big one." Like, she knew. The line delivery, iconic, if I do say so myself.
It was not over-dramatized as much as it should have been.
It wasn't. The crowd, she goes like, "Abby Rock has been traded," and there is an audible, well, there's like, what? Followed, and then it's like for Kristen O'Neill and a 4th round pick, and then there's a group of people that go, no! It was
There's
dramatic.
An audible boo as well.
I listened back and I don't think that there was that much of a boo.
Maybe I'm misremembering the no as a boo.
I think you are. I'll insert the clip.
It's the lady with the purple jacket. There is a trade. And it's a big one. Montreal acquires forward Abby Rock. In return, New York receives forward Kristen O'Neill and the 28th overall pick. New York, you are still on the clock.
But I do have... I wonder if Abby Rock got a call, or Kristen O'Neill got a call before it was announced, or if they found out along with everybody else there.
Surely they would have to call. It's the polite
But
thing to do, and they normally.
The time?
Yeah, I mean it's not seconds they decide that in.
That's fair. That being said, New York definitely seems like they're trying to bring in more speed.
They need it.
They need it, and Kristen O'Neill will definitely bring that in. But Montreal ultimately wins that trade, in my opinion, and in the opinion of pretty much everybody that I've seen talk about it, because. Yeah. Not only do they have Abby Rock, but they no longer have to play against Abby Rock. So
it's a 2-for-1 win.
It's a 2-for-1 deal. They win that trade. And
yeah,
that's
all
I'm going to say about that. And then I have 2 more notes, and then I really just have the 1 more note, and then we'll go. Couples that you will want to know about for the PWHL.
Good.
This is another NHL PWHL crossover. Ella Herber and Matthew Nyes are dating, as we know. Or if you didn't, you do now. Ella was drafted by Boston in the 2nd round, 10th overall.
I really wanted her to go to Toronto.
She looked so cute.
Yeah.
She looked amazing. Yeah, I kind of would have loved for her to go to Toronto, but...
wasn't in the cards.
Yeah, and
I love him for showing up and supporting her.
I do too.
And I like them.
Yeah. And then one other couple, Ashton Bell, who played for, I don't remember who she played for, but I know that Vancouver has acquired her. So she will be playing for Vancouver. Her girlfriend, Nina Dost-Smith, was also just drafted by PWHL Vancouver. So they will be playing together next season. I love to see it. I actually love seeing these couples play on the same team.
I don't know. It's very high risk.
It is high risk, but I also feel like it's higher reward. Because
9 times out of 10, yes.
Yes, because you're not in long distance, so there's less strain.
Mm-hmm. But like if y'all break up or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Vancouver now only has 1 goaltender, Emirates Moshmeyer. They didn't draft another one. Minnesota didn't draft a new goaltender, so I also believe they only have 1 goaltender right now. The people that were eligible and declared but did not get drafted, they will still be eligible to come to training camp and earn a spot on the team. So it doesn't mean that they're not playing in the PWHL.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that these are the set teams.
But
Ta-da.
as of now, it is set.
Yeah.
As of this date.
Yes.
Let me see if I have any other notes.
Yes. Tell me who your favorite draft pick was in the PWHL draft.
Yes. The only thing, really, I have two things to mention. I put in parentheses next to my note about Evander Kane getting traded to the Canucks. Guys, I was joking.
No, literally, last episode we were comparing the Oilers D to the Canucks D. And specifically him.
And look, if they come out and come back stronger than they were last season, which isn't that fucking hard to do because Jesus Christ, I will eat my words. That's what I want to happen.
I would love
but I'm
to eat
trying
my
to go
words.
in with low expectations because it was devastating last year. Luckily, I'm a Ferrari girl, so I'm used to being upset.
Yeah.
The only other thing I have is it's been off season and it's been rough because I miss my teams, I miss my players, I miss hockey. So we finally started watching Shoresy.
Yes,
We binge watched season 1 in one night.
One night.
That show is a work of art.
It's so funny because that's actually exactly what I imagine, like, our local minor league team to be like.
Specifically, that's what I imagine the Panthers to be like.
It's so funny. It's such
satire.
If you've ever watched Schitt's Creek, it's like that. It's all satire. It's all fake. It's all for shits and gigs. Like, just chill. It's fine.
And the acting is so fun. Like, they're just good.
It's funny.
I love it so much. I can't wait to watch season 2
tonight.
Thank you to the crew who have been very patient with us waiting to watch it until off season because we just didn't have the time to give it our full commitment.
We did not.
We do now.
Yes.
And it was just nice to see, like, hockey.
I feel confident
y'all.
I feel confident we can finish it this weekend.
I mean, you have plans and I have homework. So if not this weekend, by the next time of our recording, that thing will be smashed.
Absolutely.
We've got an F1 race. We've got Austria tomorrow, actually.
Yeah.
And I believe for the last time, which, rip.
Yeah, I think it is the last time. The Hungaroring. That's crazy.
Isn't it insane? I don't like it. But that's fine because Max has like 3 home races, so he'll be fine. But it's such an iconic circuit. I love that circuit so much. Circuit. But they don't give a shit what we have to say, and that's fine. I'll continue to watch.
That's why the president is looking to get overthrown.
Dude, I hope to God we get a new FIA director.
God, me too.
Ugh.
Okay.
That's all.
Well, next week we'll be back with the NHL Draft breakdown.
Yes.
Just like talking about a couple players, my favorite players.
It'll be the same thing.
It'll be the same thing. Okay.
We'll see you next episode. Bye.
Bye.